I found out about Stockhands in 2015. Tim Funk was a classmate of mine, and having just started the program here at the barn, he found a way to host our 25-year high school reunion. Took a few flyers home with me because I thought I knew some people that liked horses and would like to come out. I had recently gone through a pretty rough breakup, ended up living with a friend and spent most of my days after work sitting on a couch watching stupid stuff on television, drinking beer, and not much else. Showed up one Saturday morning for volunteer training and thought that I would end up mucking out stalls and doing some hard labor on a farm. Then I learned more about the lesson program and what they do for kids. So I decided that I definitely had time, or I would at least make some time to come out. So for 6 years now, I've been volunteering on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Within the year, Tim had me involved in the veterans program, being an Army Reserve veteran. So I kind of helped Tim kick off or expand the veterans program so that we could get more people out here who could gain some benefit from this kind of activity. Right now we've got a thriving veterans program. There's about 100 guys at least registered, guys and girls. We have between 20 and 30 people show up most Fridays for that program. It's a really good turnout, and I know half a dozen of those folks have benefited probably way more than I have from just being here. There are a couple of really good stories. Some of them have been told and some of them may never be told, but there's a certain atmosphere here that is very open to letting go of the past and moving forward away from the things that keep us in the little holes that we dig for ourselves. I've become pretty committed to the programs here. I believe in them a lot. I tell people that coming out here is actually one of the most selfish things I've ever done because of how much it's benefited me in my life. I'm not going to lie and tell you that I don't still sit on the couch and drink beer and watch stupid stuff on television a lot, but I allow myself that now rather than living in that. So when I have a bad day, I let myself sit on the couch and have a bad day, and then the next day I get up and I go to work, and when I'm done with work I come to the barn and I make a difference in other people's lives. That's what I get from it, is seeing how much it benefits other people, and in that process I get a lot out of it, so I like to give a lot more back. There's 28 horses in the barn now, and I know every one of them by name, and most of them I know by their face now, and that took me a while to get to that point. But that's how much I enjoy coming out here, watching people go through that same process where they first come out and they see 28 horses and they're just like, oh, so many pretty horses, and then within a few months they're like, this is my favorite horse. I love coming here and just loving on this horse. And I know I've got several volunteers right now that are going through things in their lives, and coming out here volunteering is their escape. I'm still learning. I didn't know a thing about horses when I started here. Had ridden a few in the past, and I'm still learning every day something new. There's just so much happening here, so many different things, different ways to learn how to communicate with a horse, how they interact with people, and how much the horses really recognize where you are emotionally. Pretty proud of the volunteers here. We've got a really strong volunteer base that we've been working really hard to grow. I come from a really big family. I have 35 nieces and nephews, 8 brothers and sisters. So working with kids kind of came naturally to me. There's quite a few of them over the past 6 years that I've seen grow and change, becoming more confident. And that helps me a lot in knowing that I've kind of been a part of that or had some hand in it. I really enjoy seeing that growth out of the kids and even the adults, especially the adults. Really, half a dozen stories at least that I know of adults in our programs, in the veterans and first responder programs, who came in here with no expectation whatsoever, not even expecting to ride a horse or even believing that anything would change for them. And I've seen them move out of dark places, move on into happy relationships and successful careers. May not have happened had they not had an opportunity to refocus their lives by being a part of the volunteer program, or even just having that relationship with the horses that lets them know that everything's going to be okay. Seeing the changes in other people here helps me realize how much my life has changed, how far I've come. Just being able to be involved in a place that does so many good things. I usually don't feel like I ever really needed to be here for myself. I mean, I know that was what I started my story with, is what kind of almost a dark place that I was in. And I wouldn't say that it was that dark of a place. I just knew that if I didn't do something, it would continue to go downhill. I know when I started volunteering, I wasn't in a position to do more than give my time. And I think the growth that I've experienced and the time that I've dedicated here has helped me focus my life to a point where now I'm in a position to give more than just my time, even though that's still one of the biggest things I do here is give my time. There's so much to be said just for that, for our friends that come out here and would like to donate money and just don't have it. The commitment of time is one of the most generous acts that volunteers can do for us. You know, a lot of them look at me and the 20 or 30 hours that I spend here in a week and think that they need to do the same. And I try and make sure that I'm clear with them that if you've got 45 minutes to give me one day a week, the profound effect that time can have on someone else's life is not to be discounted. It's pretty precious, especially when you've got folks that know horses and know kids that have that background that can bring a whole lot to the table, even for 30 minutes. At the same time, the volunteers that have no experience with horses and maybe don't even like kids, the time that they can give is just as important. And with so many things to do on the property here, we've got a beautiful woodland trail that needs upkeep. We've got 30 stalls that need cleaned daily, trees that keep falling down in and around the property that need to be moved out, cut up, pastures that need fences repaired. There's so many things that anyone can do. So I try and make sure that I'm clear when I talk to people that they can come out here for 20 minutes or 4 hours. almost any time of the day.